Hi everyone, welcome back to another stream, and please ignore the skipping audio for Ephinea already. Have all a good weekend. Hi Drac. Hi Victor. You're helping some guys in Guiding Lands. Oh, you're MR200 already? Oh, nice one. Yeah, so I know me was asking about what our lobby is now. So for anyone that doesn't know, there's been a big update to Ephinea yesterday, I believe it was, which, as you might be able to tell initially, has brought a lot of high-res text. So a lot of the fonts in PSO have been really neatened up now. I personally don't know how I feel about it because it kind of sounds stupid, but it kind of doesn't feel like PSO to me. Like PSO with blurry font is just how PSO was. But I'll roll with it because it might be clearer for people on stream as well, so. Hi Zoe. Yeah, Drac, just talking about the the update to the high-res fonts. But the other part of this update is they've added a lot more lobbies to PSO. So previously, if you've watched the stream before, you would know that we use Lumirace Block 2 Lobby 13. Well, that lobby now is a completely different lobby. So because of that, we need to change lobbies. So I'll show you what I mean. So if I go to Lobby 13 now, this is now Lobby 13, which is horrible. Plug it into a CRT to fix the overly sharp fonts, scan lines and everything. Yeah, so the way it works now, it's a bit weird. So it does actually scroll down, even though it doesn't look like it should. It does actually scroll. If the lobbies don't show for you, you might need to maybe update your client, maybe do the patch download that's in PSO as well, just to make sure it's all updated. So I think now what was lobby 13 is now 21. So now if you come to, so it's now Lumirace Block 2, Lobby 21. You know what fixes, yeah, you'll join from Lobby 1. Yeah, anyways, I mean, to be honest, as long as you're in Lumirace Block 2, you'll still be able to join the actual games. Home sweet home. Yeah, we've just moved home. From what people have been saying, I think they've done it just to increase the server capacity ready for the anniversary event in August. I've never done the anniversary event in PSO, so I have no idea how many people normally log on during it. But I know it is one of the biggest events of the year for Ephinea. So I'm guessing they're just putting this in place as a precaution beforehand. So who knows, it may change back after the event. But yeah, essentially just look for the Skyly coloured Ep3 lobby, and that's our lobby. Yeah, the text is super weird. So I've tried a few different ones, and honestly I can't get one that I actually really like that much. Kind of looks like a Flash game. I'm sure I'll get used to it over time. It's just, it looks odd seeing PSO this crisp. Especially when you compare it to, you won't be able to see it because of my camera, but at the bottom right of the screen, you've got like the ship and the internet time. And that's actually like a texture, so that's still really low res. Try MSP Gothic. Yeah, I'll give it a shot and see what it looks like. I'll do it after the stream though. I mean, this text is Dotum, which is actually the text that's meant to look most similar to GameCube PSO. But for some reason, since this update, it looks nothing like it. Lobby evictions in PSO, the game is getting too close to reality. It's just like living in the UK in 2024. So this week on PSO is Experience Week. So rare drops are not brilliant this week, which means we'll get loads because that's how it always works. I'm not actually sure what the RBR is like this week either as well. Let's have a look at that. Just while this is going on, just a couple of updates for the channel. So PSP2 video will go live for members on, it will probably be on Monday for members. And then it'll go live to everyone else probably on the Thursday this week because I've got another video going live on the Wednesday instead. So there'll be an NGS video going live on Wednesday. And then obviously the Law series will continue on the weekend. So it's Mop Up 4, Sweep Up 8 and Sweep Up 12. So Mop Up 4 I'm assuming is Ruins. I've no idea what the other two are. I think Sweep Up 12 is Desert. Yeah, there is also a video that's just gone live a couple of hours ago as well, which is the first episode 2 Law video. Which was actually way harder than I thought it would be because I forgot that it's hard to do a Law video about a VR area. So blue SU4, white SU8 and red 12. Yeah, I guess red would be Heaven Striker, wouldn't it? I think you did well with it. Cheers for that. Yeah, for episode 2, I think the easiest way of doing it's going to be just to go through the lab quests, just because, particularly for the VR areas, you don't get a lot of the interactions with Ellie by just running through the areas. All you can do is just get the enemy data. For some reason, they don't actually include the law text in Ep 2, which is weird, considering you can do it in episode 1. So I think I'm just going to go for the government quest. So it will mean that there'll be a couple of videos for Temple, a couple of videos for Spaceship. But that's the only way I could think of doing it without the videos being too long. So hopefully people enjoy it enough. So yeah, plan for today, I mean, so we've got Experience Week, so we could level, or we can just do RBR. I'm totally fine doing RBR, honestly. I've got all week to level up anyway. Yeah, no worries, Drac, if you want to bring your blue full, that's fine. Finally got a charge Vulcan in Restless Lion, 0 hit. Sounds about right. You can tell I've been slacking off because Parkins has overtaken me now. Yeah, apologies for the last week on the channel as well, just with it being a bit quiet for uploads. I did post about it on the community post, but I've been a little bit unwell over the last sort of 2 weeks or so. So I'm mostly over it now, but it did affect the recordings a little bit, as I wasn't really happy with what I recorded. So I just binned them off and just delayed it a little bit. Also, I should probably say, yeah, congratulations on level 200 as well, mate. I don't think I've said that on stream yet, so big congrats on 200. I would say I'm almost there, but I'm not even halfway. There's some of the weird things with this text update as well. So the mission counter just has loads of space if there's no other quests, which I don't remember if it was like this before or not. I don't remember it being like this, but I could be wrong. It's been changed. I thought it didn't look right, but I couldn't put my finger on why. It just looked like there was a lot of unused space. Yeah, I guess I'm preparing for the anniversary, aren't they? For the influx of games. I guess it makes sense if they're expecting a lot of people to play. Have you loaded the wrong one? No worries, Drac. Yeah, I thought it was unusual that there was a timer. The rare mile is going to be 200 before you get a red ring. Oof. Rare mile's 135. I mean, I would hope that you find a red ring before your rare mile gets to 200. Fingers crossed. I kind of need one as well now because I'm at 180, so I should really be replacing my Kasami Bracer with a red ring, but no such luck. Quite nice to do ruins for a change, actually. I feel like I haven't done it for a while. It is experience week, best odds to get one. I mean, that does seem to have been the, you know, the general gist of things so far. It does feel like every time we have a rare drop week, nothing rare drops. Every time we have a rare enemy week, no rare enemies appear. And then everything appears in the week it shouldn't. So naturally, as this is experience week, all the rares are going to drop. Yeah, forget how good the experience is during this week, though. Good news is my Huka Seal's she's above 70 now, so I think I can easily get her into Ultimate this week. Yeah, the update they did to Ephinea, though, there was some kind of cool things with it as well. So they did introduce a mag alert. Now, I have not got it turned on because I pretty much never feed my mags once they're leveled anywhere. But they've added a feature where the game will play a noise when your mag is ready to feed, which is really good if you are leveling up a mag. So one thing I like about Ephinea is that they don't mess with the game too much, but the stuff that they do add is just good quality of life. Even little things that they've added, like they've made it so that the shifter and D-band icons now start to blink when they're about to run out. It's just really good little quality of life changes, and I really appreciate that. I'm sure I'll get used to the text over time. Still feels a bit weird at the minute. Yeah, so full disclosure, I don't remember this quest at all. Oh yeah, of course, that extends the time. Because normally this quest would have a time limit. Check Discord. I'll check it up this next room. Yeah, the energy ball thing, all it is, they appear in some of the mop-up quests, and they basically just extend your time by breaking them. Which normally would be really useful because these would have a time limit, but the way that Ephinea works is that if a timed quest appears in RBR, then the time limit is removed while it's on RBR. So at the minute, they're just useless. Okay, so the picture was just the weird energy ball thing. Yeah, normally it would make sense and you'd actually break them to extend your time limit, but it's, yeah, it's just the timer's turned off at the minute. It should be clear by now that I have no idea where I'm going. I've got to assume it's this way. Yeah, plan for the stream today is just to play some PSO, just because I'm still not 100% yet, so I just wanted to do something that was easy to stream. So maybe from next week onwards, we'll start to vary things up a little bit again. But obviously, PSO will always be at the forefront of the streams. Yeah, I realised that as I said it, Kilniath, yeah. Hi, Chenton. Yeah, I know Deployable's having a nightmare with PSO at the minute. Hoping he can get it sorted, but to be honest, he's changed so much. You know, he's even like bought a new PC and everything, and it's still not working properly, so I really don't know what to suggest for him now. Hopefully he can get it sorted, but... I'm assuming it must be some kind of problem with his internet connection because it only seems to do it when he's joining games. Based on recent tests and such, I think it's his ISP, is his internet's dropping packets and PSO. It's before decent netcode. Yeah, I think if it was a more recent game, it probably wouldn't have many problems because I guess you'd have like a bit of a buffer. With PSO being so old, it does seem really, really sensitive to any dropouts in your internet connection. I know for me, because I am also on wireless just because of the layout of this house, it just can't have the router near where my PC is. Thankfully, mine has been relatively decent for the most part. But I know that if my connection drops for even a second, I'll disconnect on PSO. Whereas other games, I might get away with it. Hopefully, I mean, if it's his ISP, hopefully you can get an engineer to have a look at the line. I suppose it depends, like how much effort do you want to go to try and get it fixed, because I mean, it must be irritating, you know, going through all these changes that he's done and still getting nowhere with it. Yeah, don't jiggle a phone cable going into the Dreamcast. UK ISPs are notorious for not bothering to fix things, sadly, and we run off ancient cables other than Virgin. Yeah, so I'm on Sky at the minute. Now, for me, it's not too bad because the estate I live on is quite a new estate, so the broadband lines that are down are fairly new ones anyway. But yeah, I know certain parts of the UK are still like archaic technology for internet. Yeah, I mean, hopefully can get it sorted, but like you've said, UK ISPs are not brilliant. So just on that, for anyone who isn't aware, within the next couple of weeks, I'm meant to be doing essentially like a 1,000 sub celebration stream, and it's meant to be a collab stream, and that the plan was to play PSO with Deployable. because of all the issues that he's having with the internet, I think it's probably going to end up being a solo stream for PSO instead. I'll still do the interactivity with chat, but it might have to end up being a solo stream. Just because I think the issue is that obviously if he's disconnecting all the time, even if it doesn't annoy me, it's got to be frustrating for him to deal with. I mean, ultimately we'll see closer to the time, but at the minute I would probably bank on it being a solo stream instead. Waterfall room makes sense after watching your latest lore vid. Yes, the waterfall room is very, very integral to what happens in ruins, and there's definitely a reason why there is a waterfall room. Gotta really hate Belra's in Ultimate. The waterfall room does also exist for Chow to bathe. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the latest lore vid, honestly. Just as I was recording it, I was just feeling this is very hard to do lore about an area that is a VR area. I mean, I can cover the lab a little bit, that does help, but it's hard to sort of talk about any real lore when the entire area is a virtual reality area. You mean you don't like armed machine guns? Not when they're being fired at me. I just realised the cursor's been on the centre of the screen all this time. I know how annoying that is. Some nasty traps in this room. New lore vid drop. I know I'm watching after the stream. To be fair, it's not surprising that you missed it because I was actually out when it went live. For anyone that doesn't know, basically on YouTube you can schedule your uploads, so I actually uploaded that to YouTube like a couple of days ago, but I scheduled it to go live on a Sunday at 4 PM my time, but then I was out and forgot to post I'd made it live. Trying to keep the video hidden, but you announced it in channel update. That you did. I was actually out. There is no out. Yeah, there is only PSO. Yeah, that new lore video remote is the first one for episode 2. Fantasy Star out. That was an interesting place to end it. It's a playable. Why is there like hundreds of light switches in this room? Really? What's the point in that? There's just an empty room at the end. Got to Iceborne and Monster Hunter World. Currently making progress in Monster Hunter Freedom 1. I think you'll love Iceborne later on. It's very weird that it just takes you back to the waterfall room. That is super weird. I don't really see the point in that, but okay. I'll take. I like Galdeval and Seabed lore more than the entirety of episode 1. I am with you on that. I love the episode 2 lore. Trying to confuse people with the switches. Yeah, I don't see the point because it's after you finish the quest. There's literally no benefit to it. Maybe it's just, you know, if you want to get your fixation of pressing switches, that's your room. Sky, I don't know this yet, but I'm moving in with you and streaming from there. I was there before you finish. You can't go there before. It's still no point in it. This guy is now moving to Canada. Yeah, everyone's just going to move around. Oh, you can still go there before. Yes, it's an interesting RBR this week. It's a good mix of them, I guess. So there doesn't seem to be any really bad ones, which is good. But the problem is we've got decent quests in Experience Week. I mean, to be fair, we did have good quests last week as well. I just didn't run them much, unfortunately. It was like the 1 week where I was like not particularly well and had other things planned, so I couldn't play PSO as much. Dumb question. I want to model 1 to 6 scale replicas of the weapons from PSO. Do you have a place where you'd be willing to collect and post high quality images for reference? I think, honestly, the highest quality images that you're probably going to get are probably... They're still not going to be that high quality, just because the game is so old. So you can use sites like PSO World. So PSO World does have a lot of item database pictures that are screenshots from the game. That honestly might be about the best thing you've got. Yeah, there was that model viewer, wasn't there? But I honestly can't remember if there was weapons in that or if it was just the classes. Kind of at a point where you'd have to get into the game and get your own screen grabs. I mean, that's no bad thing. I would love there to be more PSO merch, man. I would kill for more PSO merch. Just the classes. Yeah, I think it's just the classes, the maps, and the enemies. I don't think there was any weapons or anything. Lobby names are huge on your screen. Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about the new text, honestly. Because blue RBR up 2 since no white. Yeah, that's cool, mate. Oh, you want to do 3D printing? Yeah, I would love to. I would love to get a 3D print model of my Uniwell. But yeah, it's just for some reason PSO merch just isn't really much of a thing. A lot of it's just art books. Try to use a model viewer to open a file and pull one from the Ephinea install, but didn't like it. Yeah, I'm not sure how it works for importing things into a model viewer. Here you go, local festival is on tonight. Oh, no worries, have fun at the festival. Yeah, the model viewer is not bad. but the only issue I had with it for characters as well is it only seems to have the absolute default characters. PSO NGS makes you sick. You like PSO 2, but did not collect a lot of high quality images of your stuff. You refuse to install NGS just to play base PSO 2. You guys have a Discord. We do have a Discord. I will get you the link for that now. I do have a bot that's meant to give it out, but oh, right on. That was actually right on time. That was not planned at all. That was literally bang on time. That Nightbot link is actually right, because I updated it before the stream to a permanent link. So that link should be right. He is still here, yeah. The only reason he's here this week is because bass player can't be here for this stream. So that link should take you to the Discord. If it doesn't, let me know and I'll link you another one. Yeah, good work, bot, for once. Oh, there is actually a game up. I had no idea. I didn't even see Drac come back. Yeah, we were all just chatting in the lobby. I had no idea he'd actually made the game. Yeah, different name in Discord, but see you guys there. He's helped me do something swell with Blender. It'd be cool to see what you do. I know obviously you can't sell anything because of, you know, rights and things like that, but it'd be cool to see what you get up to with it. Nah, hi Zale, you alright? We have 3 rangers, don't we? Cheers from the lobby. Yeah, if only PSO had a more than 4 player limit for games. I mean, it is the best class for Seabed. It is the best class for most areas in the game, to be fair. Getting distracted and chatting is a common thing in PS games. That is the majority of PS games, to be fair. I don't think anyone actually plays the games to play them. Everyone just gets caught in the lobbies and gets stuck there. So is there many Delbiters in this quest? Because I'm aware we're doing Blueful Seabed, and Blueful Seabed means Psycho Wand. Only 9, oof. So I wonder if that Psycho Wand that dropped earlier was in this quest then? Because that's insane that if they got a Psycho Wand off 9 Delbiters. Bear in mind there's no rare drop boost at the minute. Oh no, it's got Del Depths. I really do not like Del Depths. I still maintain that they're the worst enemy in the game. You're joining TTF on Fodra. You watch, you'll go and get a red ring now. Worst enemy in the game is everything episode 2 onwards. Mainly episode 2. I love episode 2, but yeah, episode 2 Ultimate is rough. Continual accuracy doing numbers here. Just literally miss half my shots. No big deal. I like how we all went straight despite the door clearly being locked. Yeah, Del Depths are not that bad when you've got 3 rangers freezing them. Oh well, fingers crossed for the 9 Del Biters then. Just absolutely abusing the strats for the Morphos. For anyone who doesn't know, if you keep a Morphos off your camera view, it can't hit you. So just don't look at them, basically. Doesn't seem to work all the time. It's been fairly reliable for me. As long as I keep it completely off my camera view, it seems to always work. To be honest, even if it doesn't work all the time, it's still better than getting shot constantly by them. This is a lot easier when we've got people with hell weapons. I would use my hell slicer, but I think it's on my Rimmal at the minute. Unfortunately, it's hard to keep 3 Morphos off your camera. So it doesn't seem like too bad a quest for hunting Morphos, I guess. I honestly don't know if I've ever done this quest before. It's one thing I do like about RBR is that it makes you run quests that you typically don't do very often. I discovered what the plural for Morphos was the other day. Morphi. Oh, morph. Okay. Reminds me of that sketch, I think, is it from Alan Partridge or something, where he's talking about the plural of Lexus. Yeah, really not a fan of Del Depths. It just feels like they were designed purely to be irritating. This feels like Del Biter. It just feels like one of those rooms. I was correct. Hi, base player. Good evening, Leggies and Dinglefans. Unfortunately, this quest seems quite Sinosaur heavy, which I'm not a fan of. Because I also don't like Sinosaurs. This is a pretty rough quest, actually. I'd like to know how these Del Biters were still not debuffed despite me doing Gel and Zalois several times. Love you, miss. Sorry was out for your first wedding anniversary. I mean, first of all, don't be sorry for being out for your wedding anniversary. The wedding anniversary is far more important than the stream. You haven't missed much, honestly. We did 1 episode, 1 quest in ruins. We've had nothing drop of any interest so far, really. Deldep dislike, Delbiter dislike, Sinnoh dislike, Morphos dislike, sums up 2 enemies basically. It does feel sometimes like episode 2 was just designed to be as irritating as possible, but I still love it. So Deldefs to me just feel like what if slime but more annoying. They also have Megid. It's also a very high level Megid. But they look so fabulous. I mean, they do look more fabulous than slimes at least, but they are far more annoying. I just don't know why Sega decided that we needed another type of slime. Because everyone loved them in episode 1. I will say though, it's nice to do some episode 2. Apart from all the Megid. They also do this annoying thing where you can't target them sometimes. Which again I think is similar to how slimes act as well. Sometimes in multiplayer they just desync and you can't target them. Everywhere in PSO is nice apart from the Megid. Yeah, so I think next week's stream we'll probably mix things up a little bit again. We'll probably do a little bit of PSO, but we'll maybe try something else as well. I'm still trying to think of other games we can play as well that people might be interested in watching. And obviously we talked about Phantasy Star Zero, so that is going to happen. So I'm going to record for that probably midweek. And then that should hopefully be up as a video upload maybe the following week. That has been my first impressions of it. Outside of Phantasy Star Zero though, it would be nice to have some other games that we can fall back on as well. Imagine if you had those traps that you use for you, but they use level 30 Megid instead. Hunts the monitor. Yeah, I mean, I know we've done some Monster Hunter streams. I know we've maybe done World so far. Maybe we do a Rise stream at some point, I don't know. Been playing Diablo 4 on PSO. You gotta get a Fatalis kill on stream. I have killed Fatalis 3 times, I think. And only one of them was solo. And to be fair, I did it with one of the cheesiest builds in the game with a quick draw Frostcraft Greatsword. I have no regrets whatsoever. For that fight, I'll use anything. Festival time. Good luck, guys. No worries. Have a good time at the festival. We're almost ready for Fatalis. Everyone says that until they do Fatalis. Don't blame me. Without the head breaks, that fight is terror. It is. I mean, to be honest, even trying to do the last part without the head breaks, you know, no. You need Alatreon first. Yeah, we need a full team, really, of people with, like, decent elemental builds to do Alatreon. Yeah, it would just be nice, though, just to have a couple of games that we can rotate between. I mean, I've always said it, but Fantasy Star will obviously always be the mainstay of the channel. You know, I wouldn't have named the channel this if that wasn't going to be the case. It's just nice to have something you can rotate to every so often. Yeah, it is still a really tough fight, Alatreon, even when you've got a good build. Yeah, base player, yeah, me hit level 200 a couple of days ago. I think they posted about it on the Discord, actually. So we now have a team level 200. I'm guessing Minsk's probably quite close as well. Well, close in the scheme of things, because you know how much experience it takes at like high 190s. I still find it insane, really, that even though I'm 180 and I feel like I'm high level, I know that I'm still nowhere near. It's insane, the grind at the high level. Need to be more active on the Discord. I mean, the Discord is always going to be there, so don't worry about having to post on it all the time or anything. Like, it will always be there for as long as I do the channel. So thanks for that, base player. You'd be happy to know I did actually update the bot for this stream, because I know you messaged me beforehand to say that you probably weren't going to be able to make it. So I did set 9th up for this stream with a link that actually works. Unlike last week where it was just spamming a link that didn't even take you to the Discord. I really don't like that these guys unequip your weapon. It's really irritating. I'm going to assume this is maybe the last room with how many spawns there's been. It feels like that's probably going to be the case. Yeah, I was thinking, is it going to be Del Biters? Not too bad. No cycle one, unfortunately. Probably a little bit too much to ask from 9 Del Biters. Apparently there's a HP material somewhere. There we go. Can we randomly make the 4 PBs? We'll just do a foot and blast chain and just see if we can chain a random one off. I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, you know what I'm going to do. We actually did it. Well done, everyone. And there's your Fowler as well. So I like how we try and do a Fort and Blast chain that's planned and we mess it up, but we just do one randomly like that and we get it. Yeah, Fowler and Guller in the same chain. I like that. Damn, an actual full PB chain. Sporting like someone who's watched the stream a few times and has seen us mess it up so many times. You have 3,000 attack. Man, I'm only using mech guns at the minute. Yeah, I guess I have 3397 with Sanguine Yasha. I've always found it funny with this tech, you can't see it at the minute because the text is kind of where my webcam is, but he just says, you don't have any unknown items, come and see me again if you... And then it cuts off. It always seems to be that with them, that techer, I think. Cheating with Excal, almost 4,000 attack. Yeah, Raycast attack power is stupid, really, for a ranger. Maybe that Techo is lonely and he's asking you to come back for a chat. Yeah, level 200 Raycast scary. Is indeed scary. It is kind of funny that Raycast is a better melee class than most of the hunters at high level. So yeah, for anyone who's just joining, just to make you aware, I mentioned it at the beginning of the stream, but the lobby numbers have changed on Ephinea now. They've added more lobbies. So if you want to play with us now, it's now Lumerace Block 2 21 rather than 13. It's funny you say that, Drac, because in the PSP2 video that I've just recorded, there's quite a few enemies in the quest that are bullet resistant, so I end up meleeing for most of the quest. So I think the episode 4 quest was mainly good for Heaven Striker, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, it's the Astarks in PSP2. They resist bullets. Red Rear SU-12. Yeah, I can go get my Fornuel. We can do a Red Rear SU-12 if you want. Don't know why they added more lobbies when most lobbies don't fill up. I think from what people have said, it's maybe in preparation for the anniversary event, because the anniversary starts next month. Astarks are in PSP2, yes. Yeah, I will go and get my Fornuel so we can do a Red Rear SU-12. Yeah, from what I understand, it sounds like a lot more people play during the anniversary event, so I think they're just doing this as a precaution just to make sure that there's enough server capacity. Also, this reminds me, I really need to do a poll on the Discord for what people want to unlock next for the team. I'll do that after the stream, if I remember. So I will go on that again. I think I set that up right. Yeah, I think it's just a precaution at Gen 10 just to make sure there is enough server capacity. I've also added, you can probably tell, but the text in the game's like high res now as well. Pretty sure it's this quest. We'll find out, I guess. Yeah, there are now about 30 lobbies, so... Yeah, so we've now moved to 21 instead. Just because 21 is the episode 3 lobby with like the skylight colours, so that's something you like, wanting to look for a HD font to put in the game. You got stag cutlery already. I mean, it's 10 team points. That's something. Yeah, so if you go into the launcher now, at Gen 10, there's an option, I think it's on about the 3rd page. There's an option for high-res fonts. I think you still need to go into the Sega launcher to actually change the font itself, but you can change it to high-res fonts in the Ephinea launcher. You just need to find a way to unbold the lobby names. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of how the lobby names look, honestly. I wouldn't give to play base PSO2 on a private server. Wouldn't mind rebuilding all the things you lost there. Yeah, so as Kilniath said, that there is plans for a PSO2 private server from the same guys who are doing Clementine PSU, but they've said that they're not going to launch that until Sega stops support for official PSO2 for very good reasons. I get why it's annoying though if you're wanting to play base PSO2 and you have to install NGS for it, because I appreciate not everyone wants to play NGS. Me personally, I don't have too many problems with NGS itself, but I totally get that if you're just wanting to play base game PSO2, it is really annoying having to install NGS. Oh, we've got a banner. Limerace block 2. Banana Head has found. Oh. Disco Bravement with 50 hit. Congratulations, dude. I like how his first word after getting it is anyone want. I think I'm using a 45 hit at the minute on my Huniwell. I'm using, I think, a 15 on my Seal. That is a really good find. Does it have any other percents on it, or is it just hit? Yeah, so Banana Head just got a Disco Braveman with 50 hit. Oh, it's 50 hit untacked. That's pretty sick then. Come to think of it as well, isn't that the second banner you've had on stream now? Because I'm sure it's either got a Pinkle card as well, wasn't it? Yeah. I love the sort of nonchalantness of, yeah, second banner, yeah. No, seriously, congrats on that though. That's a massive drop. Yeah, exactly. Stream luck just not for the streamer. It's always the case. Whenever I stream, I get nothing. Oh, to be brutally honest, I get pretty much nothing off stream as well. Skyly's just the most unlucky streamer. The banner is mere pocket change to Vector. You're going to say you don't stream and you still get nothing. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, casually gets a drop worth 400 to 600 PDs. It just isn't fazed by it. It's insane, isn't it, how much Disco Braveman like varies in value depending on the hit. You're still sleepy. Oh, okay, fair enough. You just woke up for stream. I appreciate that. I do find it really funny with Disco Braveman. It's one of the strangest weapons in the game. Like, you get one with no hit and it's literally worth nothing. You get one with 50 hits, like, yeah, 400 PDs. I mean, I fully get why, because, you know, it is a slicer with Berserk. And there's a set boost with it as well. But I just find it funny that there's such a massive variance on it. Oh, you still have your 85 hit with you, of course. Yeah, I mean, I suppose if you've got an 85 hit Disco Braveman, then a mere, 60 hit one when it's teched is nothing. I mean, still congrats on it, because, you know, you could realistically palm that off to someone else and get a ton of photon drops for it. Hi, Passion Flame. Yeah, second banner on stream. I would say third if we counted Minsk's PGF, but that was just off stream, so maybe say 2.5. I'm playing like a scrubby solo Phoniewell here. I'm just nuking everything when I really should be debuffing. Oh yeah, of course, yeah, Minsk got the Nug as well. Was the Nug on stream? I can't remember now. The Nug was on stream. Yeah, so 3 then, okay. I like to think that my luck rubs off on everyone else, but I don't have any to begin with. Oh, it was on a Saturday voice chat. Oh, okay, fair enough. But hey, we got another banner. We take those here. You never knew how to defeat that monster. Go to Blue. Easiest way to defeat it, honestly, if you play melee or range, is just, if you can hit it with Zalo, that helps a little bit. But the easiest way is use demons. Basically just use demon specials or devil specials on it, just to reduce its health. Because its defense is so high that it's hard to actually hurt it with anything. You leave for one game and an equivalent to 2 Psycho 1 drops. Again, I mean, that's insane, isn't it? That a Disco of Braveman can be worth twice as much as a Psycho wand. And paralyze it with Needle, yeah, that works as well. Yeah, how to kill anything, demons. Can you imagine how disgusting it would be if you could demons bosses? Yeah, I think that might be right. Best play, actually. We might have been watching a Chentan stream, Monster Hunter, when it dropped. You wish you could demons Olga flow when he's invulnerable. Yeah, if only. Yeah, demons is really, really good for basically anything that has really, really high health or really high defense or both. So it also works really well on enemies like Epsilon in tower as well. Obviously, Zalu will help you out a little bit because it'll reduce the defense, but typically mainly for Epsilon and for Gerta Blue, demons is pretty much the fastest way of killing it. I'm just going to run out of here while I do this because I will get killed otherwise trying it. Get swept by Zoo across the other room when using Glide to Mine. Yeah, zoos seem to like completely ignore the boundaries of the map and will just hit you wherever they feel like it. Is it me or are slicers ineffective against lizards and yowies? Yes, they are. For some reason, the game treats slicers as range weapons. You can use them if you hit them from behind. So if you go behind the lizards, it will work. But if they're facing you, they have the same invulnerability as they do to bullets. I guess the game treats anything that fires a projectile as a range weapon, so yeah, unfortunately they don't work. Yeah, bullets also work from behind as well, so if you do get behind the lizard, you can shoot them. I mean, they are range weapons, but the strange thing about them, though, I mean, I don't have a slicer with me, but if you look at the icon next to a slicer, it doesn't show a gun icon for a range weapon, it shows a melee weapon. Which I think is where the confusion is, because from that you would think that the game is treating it as a melee weapon. Making them count as melee would open up a lot of options to deal with them. For sure, yeah, I think it's a very deliberate choice that they've made slicers ineffective against them. Yeah, it's really weird. What I mean about the icon is, so if you look at my weapons here, can you see just next to these weapons there's like a little icon of a cane? Well, for slicer weapons that shows up as a sword, so from that it treats them as a melee weapon. But in actual use it treats them as a range weapon. Sega telling us don't use them ever. Funny thing is, like, legitimately slicers are one of the best weapons in the game. Are they most used weapon? I think it depends on what you're fighting, but I mean, there's a lot of bosses, for example, that are just destroyed by slicers. Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, obviously Volopt is really easy with the slicer. The dragon is really easy. I mean, to be fair, the dragon's easy with anything, but even more so with a slicer. They work pretty well on Durall. Episode 4 boss, at least the first phase anyway. They work really well there. I think they work well on Gal Griffin as well, if I remember correctly. No, Skyly wants to break out his Demon's ES Slicer. If only. To be fair, I've got a Hell Slicer that I barely ever use. It's mainly because I'm terrible at doing the accuracy glitch with them. I really should look at getting in some Demon's mechs, honestly. I should just trade for some. I don't mind doing episode 2 challenge mode, but I don't really feel like doing episode 1 again at the minute. In Ultimate, you use charged shots, especially against bosses. Can never find that much use for them. I mean, shots work really well as well for that kind of thing. It's kind of crazy how long this quest is compared to the other sweep up quests. It just feels a lot longer. I'm not against it because I actually don't mind this quest. I think it's quite fun. we're just saying a lot for episode 4, because generally I find episode 4 the least fun episode. Just realised that even in Freedom 1, the Great Sword Handle extends and the teeth come out. You really only do like transforming weapons in Monster Hunter. May take another run with your Honeywell with a Slicer and Ultimate and get ones with charge on them. Yeah, charge works really well if you can get one with hit. With a Honeywell, you'll need one with hit because the accuracy is atrocious. So the YouTube LED in the back only turned on for the stream. That is literally the only time it gets used. Yeah, if you guys want a PB chain, I can just boost. Well, I think this zoo's about to dive. I hit this with this zoo. It goes over here and you just can't hit it. I hit it with Zonde and that's it, which doesn't help matters at all. There's like an invisible wall around this crater basically, so you can't actually shoot over it. Yeah, go whenever and I'll boost. Yeah, does Grant work okay on zoos? You can tell I don't play Force in episode 4 very often. Really don't know why I bothered picking that monofluid up because it did nothing. Golla gang for base player. Grant is the best option unless there's multiples. Yeah, I mean, although I've played PSO for several thousand hours, honestly, I think Force is probably my least used class. But when it's multiple, you just mean a multiplayer, all you need to do is Gifoy stack on some spots. Yeah, Gifoy is super useful. Or have you played PSO for several thousand years? It feels like it. Let's just be a good Force and just spam Gifoy. Bring up Monster Hunter reminds you that on Frontier most weapons are massive, especially the Great Sword. Oh, thanks for the sub, dude. Frontier has weapon length as a stat. Yeah, never tried Frontier. I will get around to trying it at some point. I feel like Frontier is just a game where they just decided to go completely wild. I think the highlight of that run was definitely that 50 hit untech Disco Braveman that the Vector got. Is Burning Ranger's copyright? Honestly, have no idea, but possibly. I think Deployable had some issues with Burning Rangers, so yeah, I'd maybe avoid using that. It's really weird because you would think with it being a Sega game that wouldn't be too much of an issue, but I really love how we just seem to have like an inherent crossover between people who play PSO and people who play Monster Hunter. It just feels like if you play PSO, you just probably like Monster Hunter as well by default. Shame Deployable's moving to just Twitch. I can understand why he's doing it, honestly. There is... As many benefits as there are to YouTube streaming, there is a lot of downsides to it as well. So, I mean, the main benefit for me with streaming on YouTube is just the fact that you guys who have subscribed have probably found my channel through videos, and then if you subscribe to my channel, you'll probably get notified when I go live. And it's the same place to go to where the videos are, which makes it a lot easier for people. But there is definite advantages to Twitch as well. Twitch has a much better architecture, I think, for streaming, and it's set up as a streaming site, essentially, isn't it? So obviously there are other downsides as well, like the revenue split is worse on Twitch, as far as I know. I believe it starts at 50-50 split once you get to affiliate anywhere. I think eventually you can potentially get 70-30, but YouTube's 70-30 by default. I will say I am considering trying Twitch. I've got a week off work in August, and I think I'm going to do a couple of streams on Twitch during that week and just see what the response to it's like. I'm not going to commit to anything yet, though, so I know Deployable's decided that he's moving his streams over to Twitch. For me, the streams will continue to be on YouTube for the time being, but we will experiment with Twitch a little bit, maybe over the next couple of months, and just see what the response to it's like. Even if I did move over to Twitch, though, I would still do my YouTube content as well, in terms of the videos. Both games are amazing, and we're getting a new Monster Hunter game next year. We're eating good. We are eating good. Still don't know how to feel about Wilds yet. I'm not overly sold on the monster designs yet, but I know it's really early days. And to be fair, the monsters that we've seen so far are probably like the really early ones that you fight anywhere, so... Good thing about separating YouTube and Twitch, though, is not having all your eggs in one basket. That is another very good point. I mean, I tend to play it very safe with my content anyway, so I doubt there would be any issues with my YouTube content at any point. But you never know. Obviously, if you have Twitch lined up as well, if something does go south with YouTube, you could just jump to Twitch. So it does give you that option. So it's something I'll probably discuss with you guys near the time, but I think the plan so far is at some point in August when I've got a week off, we'll probably do maybe a couple of Twitch streams during the week while I'm off. Just throwing this out there to say that your Discord is awesome. Oh, cheers, dude. Yeah, I'll probably expand it a little bit more at some point, add some more areas on it. But I'm really happy with how the Discord's turning out, to be honest. We've got a nice little community over there now. Same for the streams as well, honestly. I mean, I honestly, apart from like 1 or 2 instances that most people have been watching, have been really chill, which I'm very, very thankful for. We've got 3,000 team points. So, with that, what can we actually get with these points? Let's have a look. So it's 1,000 points for the dressing room. 1,000 points to expand the member limit, which we do need to do because we are almost out of spaces. So we'll probably use 1,000 to get the member limit. So that leaves us with 2,000 points left. So we could probably do a dressing room for 1,000 and then save up another 500 maybe to get Point of Disaster unlocked. Yeah, I agree, Killy. I think we do need the member limit. So, I mean, since pretty much everyone's on now, should I just unlock the 20 member limit now? It feels like the right thing to do because I think we are pretty much capped. Yeah, so we're at 9 and I think the cap is 10 at the minute. Member limit's good for you. PSO's farming confirmed. Member, then POD or dressing room. We need more in the we do need more in the Fowler farm. Right, I'll unlock the member limit then. I do wonder if you could just unlock 40, man. I know we don't need to do that yet, but I've always wondered if you can just unlock 40 or if you have to get that first, but I'll just go 20 for now because I can't see us getting 40 members anytime soon. Okay, we now have 20 member spaces. You'd be at 10 if you jump ship. I know you're happy in Pioneer, so don't worry about jumping over. So what else even is there anywhere? So I know you were asking about the Union Field. The Union Field is armor that you can get for team members. And it, as it says, it boosts your revere depending on how many people are in your team. It's pretty terrible from what I remember. And then Union Guard is a shield with the team emblem on it. Which again sounds cool, but it's really bad. You'd be one of the standouts. Your Fowler fam in spirit. We occasionally get the ASMR guy who says PSO looks rubbish and then leaves. Yeah, we do. He shouldn't be back though. Let's just put it that way. If he does come back, he won't be here long. Yeah, undercover Fowler fam, yeah. So can I get on the team now? Yeah, by all means, yeah. I mean, if you're around on PSO now, I can invite you now, or I can invite you another time. It's a 2000s game, was expecting 4K flat screen graphics. Yeah, like I say, it just seems to be the one guy in particular that comes back every so often. Yeah, he just does one comment on the stream and then leaves. It's like, why are you here? You could be doing so many other things. You log on. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'll invite you as soon as you're on. I do like how one of the bonuses you can get is just for me to get Commander Blade, which is just a saber. It's not a particularly good one, where I could just waste all the team points on giving myself a weapon. I will not be doing that. That'll be the last thing I unlock. Yeah, I don't know why anyone would unlock that before anything else. I have no idea what the Robot Reckoning is. Another team quest, but I've never actually done that one. Team leader privilege. I think there are far more important things to unlock. You know, we need to unlock the team size, we need to unlock dressing room and point of disaster. And we've got the really important one, we've got the team flag. He fits the actually meme to a T. He does. 500k to next level. I'm getting there. It'd be cool to see you hit 200 Minsk. So yeah, just wait for Doom Lord to come on. We're in, I don't know if you saw it, Doom Lord, but we're in Limerace Block 221 now because they've changed all the blocks. So yeah, as soon as we've invited Doom Lord, then we'll get another game going. I've never had a 200 before. Yeah, I've only had one myself, just on the official Bluebird servers. There was this, well, my Huniwell that I was using earlier. Yeah, she was my only 200 I've ever had. I think my highest after that is about 160. So the fact that my Huniwell is already 180 again, she's going to be 200 again, I think. Almost 200 again. I would say that, but from 180 to 200 is still ridiculous. There we go. Yeah, we have another member of the Fowl fam. The Fowler cult is spreading now. Yeah, Sky is yet to hit halfway to 200, yeah. Yeah, for anyone who isn't that familiar with PSO or how the grinding works, it scales up massively, so you have to get to about 182 or 183 to get halfway. I think so. We've got about what, 7 or 8 people. How do you guys do the dances in the lobby as well this share? So you can do it with either keyboard controls, so it's normally Alt and the different number or letter keys, or you can do it through controller. So there is a way. I think Kilniath showed me this actually. I actually didn't know you could do this. If you press the top palette button, and then I believe you press... There's another button you press, isn't it? I can't remember what it is now. Can you remember Kilniath? Left trigger and top button. Okay. Yeah, I honestly had no idea. Considering I played PSO so much, I had no idea that there was a shortcut that way in the lobby. We'll get it in a minute. There you go. So so for me, it's right bumper, and for me, it's like Y on an Xbox controller. So if you do right bumper and Y, it'll load this menu, and you can do all of your different motions from here as well. So yeah, there's loads of different sub menus for you as well. So that's one way of doing it. Also, if you're on controller, if you want to do the chair really quickly, all you do is, if you go on the face buttons, you just do either these two face buttons or these two. So you hold X and then press B. And you can do a chair that way as well. And I think you can do those two to get the other pose, because there is actually 2 different poses for sitting down as well. I think if you do Alt Shift, I think it is, and the input as well, I think you do the male one. Yeah, so like Alt Shift, you, for example, does the male one for a female character. Or if you want to do the female one, or whatever your character's gender is, you just do Alt New. 8-bit Ultimate Represent. I love this controller. It's so good. And it's my favourite colour as well. I know my handler is called SectionSkyly, but purple's always been my favourite colour. Probably should have gone with Section Purple then. Yeah, it's a really, really nice controller. They're not that expensive either, honestly. So, we can do another run if you want. Is there anything in particular that anyone's hunting this week? Need more PDs for a Striker Mag and the Cell. I mean, PDs we can farm anywhere. The hunting experience. Other than Red Ring. So we've got experience and Red Ring. So that to me says TTF. I know no one likes TTF, but if we're after Red Ring and experience. Need V101 and Red Ring. V101 you could get in TTF. I'll be honest, I don't like TTF, but if we're after those items, that is the quest to do. You love TTF. You're in the minority there, I think. TTF is life. But yeah, we can do TTF. I mean, why not? At this point, it's experience week. Let's go. I want to do really Xrd, okay. I mean, we can split between two parties, can't we? So we'll try and split it a bit more even this week as well, so we don't end up with the catastrophe we had last week. TTF for all on Anguish 3. I can't imagine what the Sinnoh room is like on Anguish 3. What ID are you anyway? Purple Gnome. Yeah, I think, does Purple Gnome get, is it Rico's earrings or something instead? You'll host a TTF. Yeah, no worries. I think Drax's going to make one game. If you want to make the other game me, then we can just split between the two. You weren't here last week. What did you miss? So we did, one of the RBR quests last week was Lost Charge Vulcan, which is a tower quest. And we had, I believe we had 7 people. So we had, it was either 6 or 7 people we had. So it was either a 3 and a 3 or a 4 and a 3. But we didn't really balance the teams very well. So one of the teams that had 3 people had no force. Or I think I might have had no one who could use Shifter and D-Band. It made Kilniath almost quit PSO. Yeah, so you've got 2 options here. So we've either got a Viridia Xrd or a TTF. So I will go with, I mean, yeah, we could just split 3 and 3. What teams we've got here? So we've got Hucast, Raymar, Hucast. So they do technically have Shifter. Which one's Minsk joined? So I will go with the Xrd for this one then. Yeah, so the guys in the TTF run, you can start whenever. It feels like every time we stream, we always have an odd number of people. Go with Vector, smart, yeah. That's the plan. Although, to be fair, it'll probably be Vector that gets the banner. We need Kilniath. We do. We're an odd number here. I like I've already had a mega death. You're hunting monsters. See, he's too into Monster Hunter now, so we've lost him to PSO now. He spent 80,000 on Moons and Heels. Yeah, I feel that. That quest is brutal. Like, it is disgusting. Monster Hunter doesn't cause emotional trauma like PSO does. Some of the Iceborne fights do. I think I had emotional trauma for about 2 weeks trying to beat Fatalis for the first time. Oh, we got the mines run. Oof. Just like that mega dodge there. Let's see how long I can keep this up for. Can you please not paralyze me? I feel like anything Iceborne throws at me is still going to be easy in Monster Hunter 1 to 4. Probably, honestly, yeah. But I do have a Cure Freeze. That helps. Does Berserk trigger Mag Invincibility? I'm honestly not sure. Do you know that, Drac? Because I know obviously Drac uses Berserk a lot. Do you know if it triggers Mag Invincibility at all? I don't tend to use Berserk that often. I tend to use Charge or Spirit a bit more, but I genuinely don't know that actually. It triggers on your Yun Chang, but not on your Disco Braveman. That's really weird. Took me 7 hours straight on release to beat Fatalis. Never emotionally recovered from that. Yeah, it legitimately took me about 2 weeks of playing it like a couple of hours a night. I just could not beat it for, well, days and days. Yeah, and an event quest in Monster Hunter Frontier. They gave me a full Hatsune Miku armor, and the objective was go up a mountain and dance. That, to be fair, sounds like the best event quest ever. It was hilarious. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure that PSP2 has a Hatsune Miku collaboration as well. Because I'm sure there's like a leak saber. I could be wrong on that, but I'm sure I remember seeing a leak saber in the game. It might be like a DLC item, possibly. But PSP2 and PSP2 Infinity were absolutely wild for collaborations as well. You don't get Hatsune Miku. I'll be honest, I don't mind some Vocaloid stuff. I think the technology behind it is quite interesting. I fully understand why people don't get it. Used to have a guitar pedal that's only function was to change your guitar sound to Miku's voice. Yes, so the way that it works is it's a little bit different. So the way it works is, so it uses a software called Vocaloid, which is essentially like electronic synthesizer, like voice synthesization software. The Hatsune Miku is essentially like the mascot of Vocaloid, and there were different like voice packs for Vocaloid that have different voices, and Miku is like one of the voices for it. But I mean, as you probably know, she's absolutely massive and always has been in Japan. So whereas with a band like Gorillaz, obviously Gorillaz had the characters, but you know the singers were actual singers. You know, I mean, you know, 2D was Damon Albarn from Blur. But for Miku, the actual voice is synthesized as well. So that particular voice is popular. It's not a virtual artist as well. So there are several voices, and there are several like Vocaloid characters that have different kinds of voices. The way it tends to work, from my understanding of it, is there are different like Vocaloid producers, and they essentially produce the songs using those voices. Speaking of Gorillaz, there's a Barons. Perfect timing. It is quite interesting, honestly. I think it is. It's interesting to listen to some of the songs because there's a wide variety of things they can do with it. So there are a couple of Vocaloid producers that actually try and make the voices sound more human, even to the point of there's one producer who actually puts sort of breath noises in the song. So between phrases in the song, they'll actually put a noise that sounds like they're breathing to get the breath, so it sounds more natural. And that I think is really, really interesting. But you do get some that just sound really weird and robotic as well. It's one of those things really that could only ever be popular in Japan. I know that they've even gone to the point of doing concerts for Miku as well, which, to my understanding of it, is they have like a holographic projection of her. I've just realised that learning Japanese, you might actually be able to listen to and understand Lisa songs. It is cool when you can listen to a song and you start to understand bits of it. The other crazy thing about a Vocaloid as well is just the amount of songs that that different producers have done. Like, there are hundreds and hundreds of songs, if not thousands. It's actually insane how wide the variety of songs is, and like all different genres as well. Never thought I'd be talking about Hatsune Miku on a PSO stream, but here we are. That is an absolute ton of cannabins. Yeah, NGS hasn't had a Miku collab yet. I know that base PSO 2 did. Try and find a Miku pedal video. The guys try to cover every step you take by the police and they cannot keep a straight face. I really don't like that my phone UL doesn't fall over to Baranzas anymore. This is a big problem. This is probably one of the worst spawns in the game. It's like 30 dub chicks that you can't destroy by a switch. So you have to kill them all 5 times. Obviously, you've got like, the weird offshoots of it as well. So even when you've got people who do Vocaloid songs, then you have real singers that cover the Vocaloid songs. It's one of those things where the rabbit hole goes super deep if you want it to. I'm by no means a huge Vocaloid fan. I listen to a little bit of Vocaloid stuff, but I'm certainly not like a big, huge fan of it. But it is really interesting. Yeah, cheers, best player. Yeah, so anyone who wants to join the Discord, just follow that link. The Nightbot link for this stream does actually work as well. Again, though, Discord's really weird, so I set a link that doesn't expire. And then next time I needed to use the link, it told me that my link would reset in 7 days, so I don't know what it's doing. On this boss, I wish I was using my Honeywell. It's so much faster. Yeah, basically there's a glitch with this phase where if you use text with a high attack power character, you get through this phase way faster. Obviously I'm using text, but I'm using a Honeywell, so my attack power is not factored in. So the glitch doesn't work really with Honeywell. A bit random thought, but I love how the mod icon on YouTube is a wrench, like there's some sort of channel mechanic or something. Keeps the channel working. I like how Drac got trapped and then Volop just immediately died. It's like the biggest joke of a boss in the game, really. For some reason, I just assumed we were going to go to Ruins because I just ingrained it into my head that we were doing TTF. Codes look different because the one I share says I've invited you, the Nightbot link says Sky's invited you. Ah, fair enough. Either of them will work. My dog just did a bunch of sneezes and full on did the typical dog sneeze face. 50 hit, 50 dark, hate arms. Oof. Do we have anything? We have a 50 hit Shadow Gladius. Do we have anything else reasonably good? No. That menu looks really weird. I'm pretty sure that shouldn't look like that. I think someone's pointed that out on the Ephinea Discord, actually. I'm pretty sure that box shouldn't be that big. You've used both, they both work. Or is a known bug? I suppose when you're messing with the entire UI of PSO, you know, there's going to be some bugs here and there. Yeah, I don't mind doing another one of those, or a TTF, or whatever people feel like. But yeah, for those people who've been watching the PSP2 playthrough, as I said, that will be coming back. I'll probably get uploaded late tomorrow. So I do need to do a few final edits to it, so it will probably be later on the night on Monday. If not, latest it'll be is Tuesday, but probably Monday. But I did mention it, but for this week, the PSP2 video for non-members, it will go live on Thursday instead of Wednesday. And the reason for that is just because I do have another video going live on the Wednesday instead. Red ring now. Nothing like bribe in the game. I like how holding a vote. I love how you've just thrown it on me to decide. So, yeah, so 2 people vote Xrd. So I could either say TTF and then we know further forward and Xrd wins anyway, or I could say Xrd and we do Xrd. So let's do Xrd. No more bribing, it's time to threaten. If only threatening PSO worked. I mean, to be fair, Ephinea is probably the least threatening class in the whole of PSO. You'd have your SGS by now if it did. I feel you on that one. I think I've threatened enough Gigias myself as well, and it doesn't work. Don't underestimate Clarice Crace. No cycle 1 drop Sky. Now look at you. One immediately drops and from the wrong enemy. Yeah, one that it's not even meant to drop from. It just dawned on me that I should probably be using the cure paralysis that I have in my inventory with me. That would probably help. Oh, we're getting mines again. We can restart if you want to. I mean, if you want to do faults, then we need to restart. I personally don't mind at all. I'm cool either doing this or doing faults. I guess Drax made his mind up. Oh well, back to lobby. Yeah, the way this quest works, if you don't know, is basically after you kill those 3 assassins, one of the doors will unlock. And if the door to the left unlocks, you go to ruins. If the one in front unlocks, you go to mines. Unfortunately, if you go to mines, you can't get faults. No Lily allow. Yeah, speaking of the Psycho one though, my Oran is nearly an ultimate, so that gives me another option to hunt it. Still not a good drop, but I mean, there is no good drop. So we've got one more space for anyone that wants to join. Yes, Oran is the Gibbles hunt, yeah. It's about 1 in 12,500 from a Gibbles. Oran POD in 2 weeks. Maybe, maybe. You still cringe thinking about your level 80 Oran Raymar from back in the day. Again though, like with the section IDs in PSO, it doesn't matter too much what each character section ID is, because you can use characters to hunt things for other characters. You know, the fact is that there are some hunts that are way easy with certain classes. So sometimes it can be beneficial to use what seems like a bad section ID, so that you've got a class that can hunt it easily. For example, SGS is actually a really good example of that. So with SGS, obviously it's a Skyly only drop, and a lot of people will make Skyly hunters, myself included, but the easiest way to hunt it is to use a ranger, just because tower is so much easier to deal with as a ranger. So it's actually more beneficial if you hunt an SGS to run a Skyly ranger. Can depends how you want to do it. Like, you know, do you want to hunt things for that character, or do you want to hunt things for your other characters? Skylight yesterday go. Not when it was a character who was played offline only, and even then only when it a mate because it was on his memory card. Yeah, maybe not in that case then. Hopefully we get ruins this time. We have ruins. Still doesn't guarantee we get faults, but there's more chance. Yeah, generally, I think for Psycho 1, there's like a couple of skills of thought for the best hunt. So I think most people agree that it's the best hunt is probably either Bluefield Delbiters or Oran Gibbles. I know there is Purple Nun Mill Lily as well, but Mill Lily is obviously very dependent on... It's probably even more dependent on RNG than anything else. I personally went for the purple num drop. It's great when a Millilly shows up. Yeah, I mean, there is no good drop for it. It's just that those three are probably the best options. It kind of depends how you want to hunt it. That honestly is why SGS is such a hard drop as well, just because you have no other options. Your only option is one terrible drop. I forgot how awful Ruins is in this quest. Thoughts might be on his day off today. Maybe. It needs a break every so often. You know, must get a bit old having people do TPF every single day. I always find it funny, really, how pathetic Force feels in certain parts of the game in Ultimate in multiplayer. I don't feel like I'm doing anything apart from buffing and debuffing. Damage is so bad. There's certain areas in the game where it still feels really good, like episode 4. Well, episode 1 Ultimate for a Force is just miserable in multiplayer. Not as pathetic as Humar feels. Yeah, I don't know. Humar's a really, really strange class. I can't get my head around what they were thinking with it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, with a high level Humar, you will do fine. You know, if you know what you're doing, then you will be fine. But it does need more, I think. And I think if they ever did want to rebalance the game and rebalance some of the stats, I think Humar is definitely one of the classes that does need buffing. At least Humar gets Shifter and D-Band in 0. Now I heard a rare. There it is. It is a Silence Claw, because of course it is. And it has 20 hit. So that's that weekly checkbox ticked off. I swear we cannot go a single week without a Silence Claw drop. Just let Remar and Humar use SDJZ level 15, no reason not to. I'd be fine with that, honestly. This room is super annoying. It's the first in 4 streams for a Silence Claw. Is it really? It feels like I get them all the time. But maybe some of them were off stream. Some of the spawns in this quest are just disgusting. Tier 0 rangers can only use Jelen and Zalor. That's a really interesting choice, actually. had a bit of a break from them on stream. We've had Justies and Final Impacts. Yeah, I remember getting plenty of Justies and Final Impacts. I don't mind getting Silence Claws, honestly, because it's 10 team points. I'd much rather get them than Justies. I find it super weird with the Bull Claws in Ruins. So all the claws are weak to lightning, but the Bull Claws are immune to it. But Bull Claw is just a load of claws joined together. It's like, you know, do the claws turn into a Faraday cage or something as soon as they join into a Bull Claw? Yeah, I can just boost whenever. Oh god, this room. I always forget about this room in this quest. It's awful. Well, I managed to boost. I don't like that Ark is getting hit during the Photon Blast. I hate that bugging PSO. Just one of these things where you just, it feels like every direction you try going in is bad. I just feel like I'm trying to heal someone, and as soon as I heal them, I get knocked over. So even trying to get gelling on them is almost impossible. Like that. And that is another Silence Claw, so we're making up for it now. That's 2. Strength in numbers. Strength in the number of Silence Claws by the looks of things. Ah, did we not get faults? Or did we not get spaceship? No red ring. Oof. You know why, though? It's because Vector's not in the team. Still, though, at least we get Spaceship, where nothing will drop because it never does. Yeah, so you know what we were saying earlier about how burning ranges may or may not be an issue for songs? Yeah, I'm just going to mute that. So just keep talking a minute. We'll just keep talking. Well, I put BGM 0 in there. Yeah, it's finally stopped, I think. As much as I would love to play the Sonic music, Sega probably don't want me playing the Sonic music. Yeah, it's the only downside with this quest that it plays the Sonic music in the spaceship block for some reason. Sonic music would be an instant copyright claim. It's hard as well because for this quest there's nothing you can do about it. Obviously I've muted the BGM now, so it should hopefully be okay, but it's not so bad when it's music discs because you can just ask people to not use them. But in this quest, you literally, it starts playing as soon as you get into this block. So, I mean, worst case scenario, it means that there's no monetization for the stream, but it's totally fine. Ooh, you got PD by a Sinnoh. That'd be a V1 or 1 PD, wouldn't it? Sorry about that. But all I can hear is the assassin noise. And as I said, yeah, nothing dropped in spaceship. Now please enjoy the ominous silence while we pick stuff up. I mean, there's literally not even anything with hit. Yeah, that'll do. Can't wait for the future. Eventually they get a copyright strike for even mentioning a song. Does using a disc override it? I'm not sure, but the problem is that most of the discs are probably also copyrighted. There is kind of a way to get around it, so if you alter some of the game files, you can adjust what the discs are and what the music is, so you could technically have it play something else, or just have it play no noise at all. So can I now put the music back on if I put it back to this? Yeah, I think I've set that back to what it was before, so it's kind of hard to hear because Caves is really quiet music anyway. I mean, I know a lot of games now have like a streamer mode to make it easier, but you know, expecting that of a 20-year-old game, maybe not so much. I know, for example, NGS has a mode where it turns off the chat and everything as well, which for NGS is probably a good idea, given some of the stuff I've seen in the chat in NGS. Well, that was completely fruitless, apart from a couple of silence claws. I guess we got 20 team points from it. But yeah, I don't know if using a disc overwrites that Sonic music there. Don't forget your free material. Hopefully get something decent. Anything good in the shop, or are we still selling absolute garbage? Yeah, we're still selling absolute garbage. I've still never seen 50 hit charge Vulcans in the shop. Alright, what material did we get? Anything good? HP material, I'll take it. I got luck material. So I think, honestly, we're probably got enough time for maybe one more run before we end the stream. For some reason, it feels like we've got way more done today. I don't know if it's just because maybe the RBR quests are a little bit shorter than usual, but it just feels like we've been a lot more productive. I will just mute that. Yeah, just again, just so anyone who's playing, just be careful what you play on the jukebox because DMCA, etc. Do we do TTF then? I don't mind ending things with the TTF. And we are after Red Ring, so I guess we probably need to at some point. I will say that volume toggle that Ephinea's got is really useful. Yeah, so we'll do this TTF and then we might maybe end it after that. As I say, my voice still isn't 100% at the minute. It's holding out more or less, but I'm still not 100%. Ep 2 again. And we did one Ep 2 quest, that's enough. Seem to be getting a ton of HP materials today, which I am all for. I mean, God knows my Fornuel needs HP materials. Yeah, it would be nice to get a red ring, even if it's not for me, just for someone on the team. That would be cool. I just realised, Drax. Yeah, I keep forgetting you've got Dark Floor. Yeah, Dark Floor's really awkward when you're forced on the team because you want to heal everyone, but you kind of don't really want to heal the person who's got Dark Floor. Dark Floor really does just delete the dragon. Just completely delete it. I can actually see that when Drax hitting it, he would actually kill the dragon if you could kill it in this phase because the health's actually dropping to 0. But you just cannot kill the dragon before it roars. Because reasons. Breaks out anti-rester armor. It doesn't really help that as well that Fornuel has double rester range, so it's really easy for me to heal him. I wouldn't mind the Dark Fluff, my Hunuel, but I kind of want to find PGF. It's one of those items where I'd prefer to just find it. You got Zalo 15, don't know if Kilniath still needs it. Do you still need Zalo 15 Kilniath? I believe you have it. Okay, fair enough. It's kind of crazy how much range Rabata actually has. It looks like a really short range tech, but it actually has pretty good range. So I can hit the enemies from like pretty much from about here with it, I think. Yes, I'm clipping them from there. It just seems to have a bigger hitbox than the actual tech looks like. I have no interest in splitting the slimes on Verdia. So I think it's only a red Scorpio drop anyway. I think it's red Scorpio anyway, or it might be something similar. I know it's not an Uber rare. Still find it weird that I can't remember the Viridia drop charts despite having a level 200 Viridia on Sega servers. Yeah, that didn't take very long. Dalralee's a really weird fight. It seems like it takes forever to kill him until you get to a certain point and then he just gets deleted. I love that we kill basically everything, and then as soon as we get to mines, we're just like, no, we're just going to rush through mines. He doesn't lose defense after a certain point, does he? I don't know if he loses defense. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure if he loses defense when the shell comes off. It's not really something I've ever paid attention to be honest. We're in V101. It's basically the only reason we're in mines, isn't it? Just to try and get V101 from these guys. Well, no V101 on my end. To be honest, expecting it from, what is it, 12 Sinnohs? Maybe asking a bit much, but I know you have been hunting it a hell of a lot as well, so... Well, look, material. Very nice. Yeah, I can feel my voice is starting to get a little bit funny, so we'll probably end it after this run, I think. Maybe it'll be a slightly shorter stream than usual, but still not too bad. The good news is I can actually record again without my voice giving out, which is good. If only my phone you could use Excalibur, this would be so much faster. It does kind of make me think maybe I should get a red saber and a crimson coat forward just for this boss. Well, I haven't said that was pretty quick. If only my phone sounds like a song. I feel like Volupton Ultimate basically gets enough chance to do about 2 attacks and then dies. This is another reason why slices are busted, because if you got a boss that has multiple parts sticking together, they just get deleted. That's going to be track 3 on the SectionSkyly album. Believe me, the last thing you want is for me to do an album. And that, you may be unsurprised to hear, is another Silence Claw. You can't make this up now. So, we didn't get any for a few weeks. We've now had 3 in one stream. Yeah, so track 1 is Who Else But Kill Neath, track 2 is It's Always Vector, and then track 3 is If Only My Phony. Got a banner. Not for us, though. Someone else has stolen our red ring. This happens every time we do TTF. It feels like every time we do it, someone else gets a red ring before us. It does feel like someone is just stealing our red rings. It feels personal at this point. Track 1 is just a remix of the Who Else But Quagmire jingle from Family Guy. Track 2 is just us exasperately answering who got the banner drops. If you want to clip the streams, by all means, go ahead. I think clipping is turned on for the channel, so... That is really good, not good news that my 4-year-old doesn't fall over to these anymore as well. That is terrible news. The only problem with Giffey, even with V801, you still have quite a long wind up and cooldown on the tech, so you tend to find that when you try using it, you'll still get hit by the mines. I don't really think Jellin does anything on faults, but didn't know anywhere. I did not boost that. I'm guessing that was an accidental fault on blast discharge. Yeah, pretty much. It was a horrible thought that I don't think I have my Cure Freeze equipped. We need to change that. Yeah, that Falz didn't even get to do anything, really. Again, don't think Jellin does anything on this phase either, but we'll do it to make it look like we're doing something. Yeah, that was a really fast second phase. I like how I did all that to do one fight. So did our red ring get stolen? It is looking that way. Yeah, we got robbed again. Someone else on Fodra just stole the red ring drop. Thanks for the sub, Justin. Give back what you stole, thief. Yeah, exactly, yeah, it's because Vector wasn't in the team. As soon as Vector leaves, all the luck and all the good rare drops just disappear. Baby was more important. So what if faults drop for us? A die, mate. Thanks for that. But hey, we got 3 silence claws. Right, one last check. Anything good in this shop? Your last chance. No is the answer to that. Unless you really want a 5% hit Vulcan. Yeah, so we'll probably end the stream there for today, I think. So just as a reminder, so the PSP2 video will be going live, hopefully to members, late on Monday night. It will go live to everyone else on Thursday. On the Wednesday, there will be a PSO2 NGS video, which is something a little bit different. And then there'll be another PSO lore video for continuing the episode 2 lore playthrough on the weekend. And there'll be another stream next Sunday as well. Just as a reminder as well, there will be a special stream on, it's probably going to be on the 21st, I think. I haven't totally decided the date yet. It's either going to be the 21st or the 28th. And that'll be like the 1000 sub stream where we have some interactivity as well. I will go into what that's going to involve near the date. As I say, it was originally meant to be a collab stream, but because of things that have happened recently, it's probably going to end up being a solo one, I think. So yeah, we'll do that probably either 21st or the 28th, but I will confirm it near the time. There should hopefully be a PS0 video. It will be probably the week after next, because I think I'm going to record it this week coming. Yeah, we'll end that one there for today. As usual, thanks to everyone for watching, hanging out in the chat, and everyone who played in the game as well. If you have enjoyed the stream or any of the videos, as usual, please consider liking, subscribing, joining as a member, all that YouTube jazz. So, yep, we'll end that one there, and I'll see you guys next Sunday for another stream as well. But see you guys.